The massive screen at Earth's Deep Space Monitoring Station lit up with strange patterns of light. It was 3 a.m. Earth Standard Time, and most of the station's crew had already left for the night. But Admiral James Thompson wasn't most people. He stood there, his gray eyes fixed on the dancing lights that represented alien communications from deep space. "Dr. Wilson, you need to see this," he called out, his voice echoing through the empty control room. The sound of quick footsteps followed as Dr. Laura Wilson hurried over, her coffee cup still steaming in her hand. She took one look at the screen and set her cup down. "These patterns, they're different from anything we've seen before." Her fingers flew across the keyboard, bringing up more detailed readings. "It's not just one alien species talking. It's many of them, all at once." The Admiral leaned closer, his face lit by the blue glow of the monitors. "Can we decode it?" "Give me a minute." Dr. Wilson pulled up the translation software she had developed over the past decade. It had helped Earth understand bits and pieces of alien communications before, but nothing on this scale. The computer hummed as it processed the vast amount of data. Slowly, words began appearing on the screen. At first, they made little sense, fragments of conversations between different alien species. But as more text filled the screen, both humans felt their hearts grow heavy. "The Earth humans are still using primitive rocket technology," Dr. Wilson read aloud. "Their defenses are minimal. They would make an easy conquest." She scrolled through more translations. They're all saying similar things. "Admiral, different species, all discussing how easy it would be to take over Earth." Admiral Thompson straightened up, his face showing not fear, but determination. "They think we're weak, because we want them to think that," he said quietly. "Every alien probe we've allowed near Earth has seen exactly what we wanted them to see." He walked to the window, looking out at the seemingly empty space around the station. But he knew better. Hidden in the darkness were Earth's real defenses, quantum-powered ships, phase-shift weapons, and technology that would make these arrogant aliens think twice about attacking Earth. "Send a message to the United Earth Defense Force Council," he ordered. "Priority level Alpha. Include all the translations." Dr. Wilson nodded, her fingers already typing the message. "What do you think they'll do?" "What we've been preparing for since we first detected alien life," Thompson replied. "It's time to show them that humanity isn't the easy target they think we are." Within hours, the UEDF Council chamber was filled with Earth's top military and scientific leaders. The room buzzed with quiet conversation as Admiral Thompson and Dr. Wilson presented their findings. The alien communications continued to stream in, each message more condescending than the last. "They're planning something," General Martinez pointed out, her eyes narrow as she studied the data. "These communications have increased by 300% in the past month alone." "Then it's time we speed up our own plans," Commander Stone added, pulling up a holographic display of Earth's hidden defense systems. "The shipyards beneath the Pacific and Atlantic are almost ready. The Mars defense platforms are in place. We've been building this shield around Earth for 15 years, waiting for this moment." Admiral Thompson looked around the room at humanity's defenders. Every person there had spent years preparing for this day, knowing that somewhere out in the vast darkness of space, other civilizations might see Earth as easy prey. "We let them think we're weak," he said, his voice carrying to every corner of the chamber. "We let them see outdated rockets, primitive satellites, and basic defense systems. But behind that facade, we've built something they can't imagine. When they come, and they will come, they'll learn that humanity isn't just ready for them. We've been waiting for them." The council members nodded in agreement. Earth had learned from every alien probe, every small encounter, every piece of technology they could study. They had built their own versions, improved them, and hidden them away. While alien civilizations boasted about their power in space, humanity had quietly prepared for war. The trap was set. Now they just had to wait for someone to spring it. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, massive underground shipyards hummed with activity. The sound of construction echoed through vast chambers as workers assembled Earth's newest warships. Commander Michael Stone walked along a high platform, watching as robots welded the outer hull of the UES Thunder, humanity's most advanced battleship. "How many ships are ready?" he asked the project manager walking beside him. 30 battleships, 50 cruisers, and over 200 fighters, she replied, checking her tablet, all hidden in underwater bases or lunar caves. From space, they look like nothing more than old mining operations. Stone nodded, satisfied. The aliens wouldn't expect this. They still thought Earth relied on chemical rockets and basic ion engines. They had no idea that humanity had secretly mastered quantum drive technology, reverse-engineered from a crashed alien scout ship 15 years ago. In a training facility near Mars, Colonel Robert Hayes watched as pilots ran combat simulations. The pilots weren't sitting in traditional cockpits. They floated in gel-filled chambers that connected directly to their ship's systems. This neural link technology gave human pilots reactions 10 times faster than any alien targeting computer. "Run the simulation again," Hayes ordered. "This time, show them what they expect to see." On the screens, Earth ships appeared to move clumsily, using old-fashioned thrusters and predictable attack patterns. But hidden beneath this apparent weakness was a deadly trap. The real Earth ships could move in ways that defied normal space combat tactics. Meanwhile, in a hidden facility under the Antarctic ice, Dr. Wilson worked on the final adjustments to Earth's secret weapon. The quantum phase cannon looked like a simple satellite dish, but it could fire a beam that passed through any known alien shield technology. "The aliens think their shields are unbeatable," she said to her team. "They've never faced weapons that can change phase at the quantum level. Their overconfidence will be their weakness." Admiral Thompson stood in the Global Command Center, watching as reports came in from all over the solar system. Hidden bases on Mars, weapon platforms disguised as asteroids, and defense satellites that looked like space junk. Humanity had spent 5 years building the perfect trap. "Status report on the decoy fleet?" he asked. "Ready, sir," his aide replied. "Old ships refitted to look even older. When the aliens scan them, they'll see exactly what they expect: outdated technology and weak weapons." In orbit around Jupiter, automated mining platforms continued their work. To any observer, they appeared to be simple resource extraction operations. In reality, each platform contained enough firepower to destroy a small alien fleet. The aliens' own arrogance would prevent them from looking too closely at what they considered primitive human technology. The preparation wasn't just military. Earth's cities had underground shelters that could house millions. Factories could switch from civilian production to military manufacturing in hours. Every citizen had been quietly trained in basic emergency procedures, all disguised as routine civil defense drills. "They think we're divided," General Martinez said during a strategy meeting. "They see our political arguments and cultural differences as weakness. They don't understand that humans fight hardest when we're threatened from outside." Commander Stone reviewed the latest battle plans. The aliens would expect Earth to defend in predictable ways, protecting our cities, trying to hold orbital positions. Instead, humanity would let them think they were winning, right until they reached the kill zone between Mars and Earth. 5 years of preparation, Admiral Thompson said, looking at the global defense grid. 5 years of letting them think we're weak. Every probe they sent showed them what we wanted them to see. Every transmission they intercepted reinforced their belief in our primitive technology. The waiting was the hardest part. Keeping Earth's true strength hidden required constant vigilance. A single slip, one soldier talking too much, one scientist sharing too much information, could ruin everything. But humans were good at keeping secrets, especially when survival depended on it. In space, Earth's fake defense fleet patrolled with deliberately inefficient movements. Behind them, humanity's real fleet waited in the darkness, crews trained, weapons ready. The trap was nearly perfect. They just needed the aliens to take the bait. The alert came at midnight. 3 alien ships had entered the solar system, moving past Neptune's orbit. They made no attempt to hide themselves. They didn't think they needed to. In the United Earth Defense Force Command Center, Admiral Thompson watched the incoming vessels on the main screen. "Right on schedule," he said quietly. "Colonel Hayes, are our actors ready?" Colonel Hayes nodded, looking at his display where Earth's decoy fleet waited. "Our ships are in position, looking as clumsy and primitive as possible." The crew knows to act surprised and disorganized when they spot the alien vessels. The alien scout ships moved quickly through the solar system, their advanced sensors scanning everything they passed. They sought exactly what humanity wanted them to see: a handful of old satellites, some mining operations, and a small patrol fleet using basic propulsion technology. "They're scanning our decoy fleet now," Dr. Wilson reported, watching the sensor readings. "Their scan patterns show they're not even being thorough. They think we're too primitive to hide anything." The aliens' first transmission came as they passed Saturn. It was a simple message in several Earth languages. "Your system is now under the protection of the Galactic Alliance. Do not resist." Following their practice plan, Earth responded with a jumbled mix of fearful and defiant messages. Some human ships appeared to panic, breaking formation. Others made clumsy attempts to look threatening. To the aliens, it must have looked like exactly what they expected: a primitive species facing its first real contact with superior beings. "They're falling for it," Commander Stone said, watching from his hidden command post on Mars. Around him, the massive weapon platforms remained dormant, disguised as parts of the Martian landscape. "Their formation is loose, shields at minimum power. They don't see us as a threat at all." The alien ships moved closer, passing Jupiter's orbit. They ignored the primitive mining platforms, not realizing each one contained enough firepower to destroy a capital ship. Their scans swept past asteroids that were actually hidden weapon batteries, seeing only rocks. In the command center, Admiral Thompson received a priority message. "Sir, our deep space sensors are picking up the main invasion fleet. They're gathering at the edge of the system, at least 300 ships." "Good," Thompson replied. "Let's give their scouts something interesting to report back." He nodded to Colonel Hayes, who initiated the next phase of their plan. One of Earth's decoy ships broke away from its patrol route, making what appeared to be a panicked attempt to ram the nearest alien vessel. The alien ship easily avoided it, probably amused by such a primitive attack. "Help." The Earth ship broadcast on all frequencies, its message deliberately filled with static. "Our engines are overloading. We can't control the ship." The alien vessels responded exactly as expected. They ignored the apparently malfunctioning ship, continuing their advance toward Earth. Their sensors didn't detect the small device the Earth ship had released, a quantum tracker that would let humanity monitor the aliens' every movement. "Tracker is active," Dr. Wilson confirmed. "We're getting clear readings of their shield frequencies, weapon systems, and communication patterns." The alien scout ships reached Mars orbit, still seeing nothing but a red, lifeless planet. Below the surface, thousands of soldiers waited in hidden bases. Weapon platforms remained powered down, their signatures masked by special fields that made them appear as natural rock formations. The scouts completed their survey quickly, too quickly. Their overconfidence made them sloppy. They didn't notice the small irregularities in Mars's magnetic field that might have revealed the hidden bases. They didn't investigate the strange mineral readings that could have exposed the weapon platforms. "They're transmitting their report back to their main fleet," Dr. Wilson announced, intercepting the alien communications. "Just as we hoped. They're telling their leaders that Earth is defenseless. Primitive technology, disorganized resistance, no real military capability." Admiral Thompson allowed himself a small smile. "Send word to all commands. Maintain current status. Let them think they've seen everything. Let them think we're weak." The alien scouts turned and headed back toward their main fleet, satisfied that their invasion would be easy. Behind them, They left a solar system that was far more dangerous than they could imagine. The real battle was about to begin. 2 weeks after the scout ships left, Earth's long-range sensors detected the main alien fleet entering the solar system. 300 warships moved in perfect formation, led by the massive flagship of Admiral Kex, the alien commander who had conquered 6 other worlds. "They're not even trying to hide," Commander Stone said, watching from his command post beneath the Martian surface. "They're flying in like they've already won." The alien fleet's approach was broadcast on every screen in the underground bunkers, where Earth's population had quietly moved over the past week. The evacuation had been disguised as a global emergency drill, keeping the aliens from realizing that humanity was preparing for war. Admiral Thompson stood in the main command center, watching as the enemy ships passed Neptune. "Time to start the show," he ordered. "Launch Operation Paper Tiger." Earth's decoy fleet moved into defensive positions, looking exactly like what the aliens expected: a primitive civilization's desperate last stand. Old ships with visible rust patches, antennas that stuck out at odd angles, and engines that leaked visible exhaust trails formed a ragged line between Mars and Earth. "The alien fleet is broadcasting on all frequencies," Dr. Wilson reported. "They're demanding our immediate surrender." Admiral Kex's face appeared on the main screen, his expression showing the same arrogance they had expected. "People of Earth," he announced, "your primitive weapons cannot harm us. Surrender now, and we will be merciful. Resist, and we will destroy you." Following their careful plan, Earth responded with a mix of panicked messages. Some called for surrender. Others made brave but futile threats. To the aliens, it must have looked like a civilization in chaos. "They're advancing exactly as predicted," General Martinez reported from her hidden command post. "Their formation is spreading out to look more impressive. They want to intimidate us with their numbers." The alien fleet moved past Jupiter, ignoring the seemingly abandoned mining platforms. As they approached the asteroid belt, their sensors swept past countless hidden weapon platforms, seeing only ordinary space rocks. "All ships maintain current status," Admiral Thompson ordered. "Let them think they're herding us like sheep." Earth's decoy fleet retreated slowly, appearing to struggle with basic maneuvers. Some ships released trails of plasma, pretending to have engine problems. Others fired weak weapons that dissipated harmlessly against the alien shields. Admiral Kex's laughter echoed through the command center. "Is this truly the best defense Earth can muster? Our scout ships reported you were primitive, but this is pathetic." The alien fleet pressed forward, pushing Earth's ships back toward Mars. They were now exactly where humanity wanted them, right in the middle of the trap. "All stations report ready," Colonel Hayes announced quietly. "Hidden bases are powered up but still masked. Weapon platforms are charged but dormant. The quantum phase cannon is locked on their flagship." The aliens advanced past Phobos, Mars' smaller moon. They didn't notice that the moon's orbit was slightly different from their astronomical data. They didn't realize that the entire moon had been hollowed out and turned into a massive weapon platform. "Look at them," Admiral Kex's voice boomed again. "Their ships can barely maintain formation. Their weapons are like children's toys. This isn't even a battle, it's pest control." In hidden bases across Mars and throughout the asteroid belt, human crews sat at their battle stations, fingers hovering over controls. The real Earth fleet waited in quantum-cloaked hangars, engines hot, and weapons ready. "Enemy fleet is now in optimal position," Dr. Wilson reported, her voice steady. "All their ships are within the engagement zone." Admiral Thompson took a deep breath. Years of preparation, of playing weak, of letting the aliens think they were superior, had led to this moment. The enemy fleet was perfectly positioned, their shields at minimum power, their weapons not even fully charged. "Send the signal," Thompson ordered. "Spring the trap. Execute Operation Thunderstrike." Admiral Thompson commanded, his voice firm and clear. In that instant, the space around Mars transformed. The seemingly dead Martian surface split open as massive weapon platforms rose from hidden bunkers. Phobos, Mars' small moon, suddenly bristled with weapon ports as its fake surface fell away. Hundreds of asteroids throughout the belt revealed themselves as disguised warships. Admiral Kex's laughter cut off abruptly. "What is this?" he demanded, his arrogance replaced by confusion. "This," Admiral Thompson replied calmly, "is humanity's real fleet." The quantum phase cannon fired first, its beam passing straight through the alien flagship's shields as if they didn't exist. The shot disabled the ship's main weapons, leaving it virtually defenseless. At the same time, Earth's primitive defense fleet transformed. Their rusty outer shells fell away, revealing sleek warships underneath. "All ships, engage," Commander Stone ordered. "Show them what humanity can really do." Earth's true fleet emerged from quantum cloak, appearing out of nowhere to surround the alien armada. The aliens found themselves caught in a perfect sphere of human warships, each armed with weapons they had never seen before. "Impossible!" Admiral Kex shouted as his sensors showed the true size of Earth's fleet. "Your civilization is primitive. You use chemical rockets. We let you think that," General Martinez responded as she led the first attack run. Her ships moved in ways that defied normal space combat, using quantum drives to jump instantly between positions. The aliens' targeting computers couldn't keep up with the unorthodox maneuvers humanity had spent years perfecting. Captain Thomas Wells led the boarding teams, their ships launching from hidden bays in the asteroid belt. "Team Alpha, with me," he commanded. "Show them how humans fight in close combat." The boarding pods, using phase shift technology, passed right through the alien ship's outer hulls. Inside, human soldiers wearing powered armor that made them faster and stronger than any alien warrior began securing key positions. "Their shields are useless against our quantum weapons," Dr. Wilson reported from the command center. "They're trying to adapt, but they can't understand how we're bypassing their defenses." The alien fleet tried to regroup, but they were in chaos. Their neat formation broke apart as ships tried to escape the trap. Some alien vessels fired blindly, their shots passing harmlessly through Earth's phase-shifted ships. Others attempted to jump to faster-than-light speed, only to find themselves caught in quantum anchor fields. "Half their fleet is disabled," Colonel Hayes reported, watching from his command post. "The rest are starting to surrender." Admiral Kex's flagship, now surrounded by Earth's most powerful warships, tried one last desperate attack. They diverted all power to weapons, preparing to self-destruct and take as many human ships with them as possible. "I don't think so," Admiral Thompson said quietly. He pressed a button, activating the quantum lockdown field. The alien ship's power core went silent, its self-destruct sequence frozen in mid-countdown. "This is impossible," Admiral Kex transmitted, his voice shaking. "You were supposed to be primitive. Easy prey. How did you hide all this?" "We learned from every alien race that thought they could conquer Earth," Thompson replied. "We studied your technology when you weren't looking. We improved it. We prepared. And we let you think we were weak because we knew your arrogance would be your downfall." The battle was over in less than an hour. Half the alien fleet floated powerless in space, their crews captured. The other half had surrendered, their weapons powered down, their shields useless against humanity's advanced technology. Captain Wells reported from aboard the captured alien flagship, "Admiral Kex is in custody. You should see his face. He still can't believe he was defeated by primitive humans." In the command center, Admiral Thompson allowed himself a small smile. The trap had worked perfectly. Humanity had revealed its true strength, and the galaxy would never be the same. "Send the message," he ordered. "Let everyone know. Humanity is not prey. We never were." In the aftermath of the battle, the space around Mars was filled with disabled alien ships. Emergency lights blinked weakly on their hulls as human crews worked to secure them. Admiral Kex sat in a holding cell aboard the UES Thunder, his proud demeanor finally broken after watching his mighty fleet defeated so completely. "Prepare the broadcast," Admiral Thompson ordered, standing at the center of Earth's command room. "Make sure every species in the galaxy can receive it." Dr. Wilson worked at her console, adjusting the transmission settings. "We're tapping into the alien fleet's communication network. This will reach every major civilization in known space." The captured alien ships contained star maps and communication frequencies for hundreds of spacefaring races. Many of these civilizations had dismissed humanity as primitive. Now, they were about to learn how wrong they were. "All channels are open," Colonel Hayes reported. "Every ship in the alien fleet is set to relay our message. Even their emergency beacons will carry it." Admiral Thompson stepped forward. The cameras focused on him as he prepared to address not just one alien civilization, but the entire galaxy. Behind him, screens showed the defeated alien fleet and Earth's powerful warships standing guard. "To all spacefaring civilizations," he began, his voice clear and strong. "You have watched our planet. You have studied our people. You have seen what we wanted you to see. A young, primitive race taking its first steps into space." He paused, letting the images of Earth's advanced fleet fill the screens. "That was a deception. For years, we have hidden our true strength. We have watched as you discussed invading us. We have listened as you planned to conquer what you thought was an easy target." The broadcast showed clips from the recent battle. Earth ships using impossible maneuvers, weapons passing through supposedly unbeatable shields, and alien vessels surrendering to what they had thought was primitive prey. Today, the combined fleet of the Galactic Alliance learned the truth. Their invasion force lies defeated. Their ships are captured. Their weapons prove useless against technology they didn't know we had. In his cell, Admiral Kex watched the broadcast, his face showing a mix of shame and disbelief. The leader who had conquered 6 worlds had been completely outmaneuvered by a species he had considered primitive. "This is humanity's first and final warning," Thompson continued. "We are not weak. We are not helpless. We have technology that surpasses your greatest achievements, weapons that ignore your strongest defenses, and warriors who have trained for years to defeat any threat." The cameras showed Earth's quantum phase weapons, the powered armor of their boarding teams, and the massive hidden bases on Mars. Each image drove home the message. Humanity had been preparing for this moment for years. "We do not seek conquest. We do not want war. But make no mistake, if any civilization threatens Earth again, what happened today will seem mild in comparison. We have shown only a fraction of our true capabilities." Dr. Wilson's sensors detected the message spreading across space, being picked up by hundreds of alien communication networks. Some tried to block it, but Earth's quantum transmission technology made that impossible. "To those who would be our friends, we offer peace and cooperation. To those who would be our enemies, we offer this warning. We are ready. We are waiting. And we are far more dangerous than you can imagine." The broadcast showed one final image: Earth's combined fleet, no longer hiding its strength, assembled in formation around Mars. Hundreds of ships, advanced weapons gleaming, stood ready to defend humanity. "Remember this day," Thompson concluded. "Remember what happened to those who thought Earth was weak. Remember that we chose to show mercy to a defeated enemy. And remember that next time, we may not be so forgiving." As the transmission ended, silence fell across the galaxy. In countless alien command centers, leaders watched the replay of humanity's victory with growing concern. The easy target they had mocked had revealed itself to be one of the most powerful civilizations in known space. The message was clear: humanity would no longer hide its strength. The age of deception was over. The age of human power had begun. 1 month after humanity's message to the galaxy, the solar system had changed forever. Earth's ships no longer hid their true capabilities. The massive shipyards beneath the oceans operated in plain sight, their quantum drives glowing with power. Defense platforms around Mars stood proud and visible, a clear warning to any who might still harbor thoughts of invasion. Admiral Thompson stood at the window of the new Earth Embassy on Mars, watching as alien diplomatic ships arrived. These weren't invaders now. They were representatives seeking peaceful contact with humanity. Another delegation has arrived, Dr. Wilson reported, checking her screens. That makes 20 different species this week alone. They all want to establish diplomatic relations. Amazing how quickly their attitude changed, Commander Stone said with a slight smile. Last month they thought we were primitive. Now they're lining up to be our friends. The captured alien ships had provided Earth with valuable information, star maps, technical data, and intelligence about potential threats. Humanity now knew exactly who their friends and enemies were in the galaxy. What about the hostile races? General Martinez asked during the daily briefing. The ones who still think they can take us by surprise. Admiral Thompson brought up a holographic display of the galaxy. Red dots showed potentially hostile civilizations, but they were getting fewer each day. Our quantum sensors are active throughout our space. No one can hide their movements from us now. And they know it. The alien prisoners, including Admiral Kex, had been treated well. Earth showed them every courtesy, proving that humanity could be both powerful and merciful. Most had been released to their homeworlds, carrying with them stories of Earth's strength and honor. The prison camps are almost empty, Colonel Hayes reported. The last group of alien crews will be sent home tomorrow. Each one has seen how advanced we really are. They'll spread the word. In the research facilities, human scientists worked alongside alien engineers who had chosen to stay and cooperate. Together, they studied technology from both cultures, finding new ways to improve both. We've learned so much from each other, Dr. Wilson said, showing Admiral Thompson the latest research results. Some of the aliens actually had good ideas. They just never thought to combine them the way we did. Earth's cities had returned to normal. But they were different now. People walked the streets knowing their planet was safe. In schools, children learned about alien cultures alongside human history. The galaxy had opened up, and humanity was ready to take its place among the stars. Trade agreements are being signed with 15 peaceful civilizations, Thompson noted, reading the latest diplomatic reports. They're eager to exchange goods and knowledge with us now that they know our true capabilities. Commander Stone's fleet patrolled the solar system openly, their advanced ships a constant reminder of Earth's power. But they weren't just a military force anymore. They also helped stranded alien ships and provided emergency assistance when needed. We're building a reputation, Stone said, not just as warriors, but as helpers. That's more important than any weapon we have. In his final report before retiring, Admiral Kex wrote to his superiors, "Do not mistake humanity's kindness for weakness. They defeated us not just with superior technology, but with patience, strategy, and wisdom. They could have destroyed us, but they chose to show mercy. That makes them more dangerous, not less." Admiral Thompson read these words with satisfaction. That's exactly what we wanted them to understand. He told his staff, "We're strong enough that we don't need to prove it constantly. We can afford to be peaceful." The galaxy was changing. Other races that had hidden their true strength began to reveal themselves, following Earth's example. Alliances formed, not based on fear or power, but on mutual respect and understanding. What's next? Dr. Wilson asked one evening, as they watched the sun set on Mars. "We keep building, keep improving," Thompson replied. "But now we do it openly. No more hiding, no more pretending to be weak. We've shown the galaxy who we really are." He looked out at the stars, where Earth ships and alien vessels now moved peacefully together. And who we are, it turns out, is exactly who we need to be. Strong enough to defend ourselves, wise enough to show mercy, and ready to help build a better galaxy for everyone. The age of deception was over. The age of cooperation had begun, and humanity led the way forward into a future that was brighter than anyone had imagined.